Hello, I'm Jinwoo. I'm Korean, and I'm doing travel vlog. Today, I'm gonna talk to you about my unbelievable experience in Cuenca, Ecuador. Around mid-afternoon, a cozy cafe plays soft K-pop in the background. I was sipping coffee alone, reviewing footage on my camera. I've traveled 20 countries so far. I've documented temples in Laos, rooftop bars in Lisbon, tuk-tuk races in Sri Lanka. But it was a cafe in Ecuador that made me put the camera down. Is this Taeyeon?
You know her?
Know her? I listened to this on night buses through Vietnam, and I filmed a dance cover of this in Jinwoo.
Most people here think it's just pretty background music. You really know K-pop?
I've been a fan since high school. It's actually why I started my channel. I wanted to show people how far Korean culture travels.
That's amazing! I used to dream about visiting Seoul. My room is full of posters. BTS, IU, EXO. I even learned some Korean on YouTube.
진짜요? That's cool. I've met super fans in Argentina and Thailand, but I think you win.
I only know basic phrases, but hearing you speak it, it feels close. Closer than ever.
She had that spark, not just a fan's excitement, but something else. A longing, like a heart tethered to a place it should never been.
So, how long are you staying in Cuenca?
A week, maybe 2. Depends on how the story feels.
Then I hope the story here makes you stay longer.
I smiled, but I wasn't sure if she meant the city or herself. But either way, I hope the same. It's golden hour. Isabel and I walked slowly around the plaza. Musicians played soft Andean music nearby. Children were chasing pigeons in the square.
You've been to so many places. Doesn't it get tiring?
The moving? Not really. It's the leaving that's hard. Just when something starts to feel like home, I pack up again.
I always imagined that kind of life. Airports, cities, lights. But I've never even left Ecuador.
Do you want to?
Every day, I look at Seoul on Google Earth and imagine walking those streets. But then, reality reminds me.
What holds you back?
My family. My mom has asthma. My brother's still in school. I work 2 part-time jobs to help out.
That's a lot to carry.
Yeah, but dreams feel like luxuries here. Every time I save a little, something breaks. Someone gets sick. Or bills arrive.
But your heart, it's already in Seoul.
And my body's anchored here.
Would you go if you had the chance?
I would, but only if I knew my family would be okay.
In her voice was a battle I knew too well. The tension between chasing something bigger and staying where you are needed.
And you, why do you keep moving?
Maybe because I'm afraid of being still, of letting someone in, of becoming real.
You seem real to me.
Isabel invited me to her modest home. It was a warm, humble space filled with laughter, low-hanging lights, and the scent of home-cooked rice and beans. I'd eaten at 5-star restaurants, tasted caviar on cruise ships, but nothing felt as nourishing as the kindness inside that tiny Ecuadorian kitchen.
So you're a YouTuber? You make money from videos?
Sometimes, it depends on the views. Some weeks, I eat like a king. Other weeks, just ramen.
Ah, so not too different from life here.
Exactly. Struggle is a global language.
Is he your boyfriend?
Shh, he's a guest.
He's cool. He smells like airplanes.
That house had no Wi-Fi, no luxury, but it had something I couldn't film: belonging. Later in the kitchen, Isabel and I were washing dishes together.
Sorry if it's crowded. We don't have a lot of space.
Oh, it feels like home. I haven't felt that in years.
We try to laugh, even when things are tight. My dad's tired. He doesn't say it, but I see it in his hands. My mom hides her cough, but I hear it at night.
That's a lot for you to carry.
If I don't carry it, who will?
Wait, have you ever just cried?
No, crying doesn't pay bills.
Sometimes tears water the soil for bigger dreams.
That sounds beautiful. But here, dreams feel selfish. They're what you let go of, so others survive.
Then let me dream with you, even if just for tonight. Her strength wasn't loud. It didn't boast, but it was the kind that held entire families together. I was in awe and afraid because I knew I was already falling. We found ourselves on the rooftop in the evening. The sun already set, but the glow over the horizon was still visible. But the city began to glow stunningly below. A warm blanket is laid out. We sat under the stars, sharing hot cocoa in paper cups. You always come up here?
When I want to breathe, or cry, or scream into the sky where no one hears.
What do you scream?
Why is it so hard to dream and be loyal at the same time?
You can be both.
Can I? If I leave, who takes care of my mom? If I chase Seoul, who helps Mateo with his homework?
But what about you? Who's chasing your happiness?
Maybe that's not my role. Maybe I was meant to be the one holding the umbrella, not the one dancing in the rain.
That's not living. That's just surviving.
I've gotten good at it.
There was a long pause. The wind brushed past. I didn't know what to say, so I tried to change the topic. In Seoul, there's a river called Han River. I go there when I feel lost. I once promised myself I'd never return until I found something worth anchoring me.
And have you?
Maybe, but she's afraid to come with me.
It's not fear, it's responsibility.
Can't they coexist?
No one's ever asked me that. I've always just given up my part.
If you had no limits, no weight, what would you do?
I'd go to Seoul, take classes, write music, maybe even intern at a K entertainment company.
You're talented, passionate. Why shouldn't that happen?
Because every time I save, my mom needs medicine. Because every time I dream, I feel my family pulling me back. Because I'm scared. Scared to fail. Scared to leave. Scared to want something.
Wanting doesn't make you selfish. It makes you human.
Then I want to matter. To someone.
You already do. To me. In that moment, nothing else existed. Not my camera, not the flight to Quito. Only her, the girl who dreamed of Seoul under Ecuadorian stars. I thought I came to Ecuador for views and vlogs. But that day I realized the real journey had nothing to do with geography. Isabel and I walked past the colorful stalls and quirky local boutiques. She tried on oversized sunglasses. From another stall, I held up a poncho and mimicked the fashion pose.
You look like a K-drama cowboy.
Good. You be the runaway pop star. We'll film a music video right here. We shared the street snacks and then passed by a Korean skincare brand shop. Isabel paused for a moment.
Every time I see Korean things, it feels like a signal, like Seoul is calling me.
Maybe it is. Or maybe I'm the one who brought it to you. Sometime in the afternoon, we went to a quiet beach outside the city. The sun was dipping low. Gentle waves were rolling in. Children were playing nearby, but the shore stretched wide and calm. Isabel and I sat on the sand, barefoot, our shoes tossed behind us.
I haven't swum in years. The ocean feels like freedom.
Then let's stop talking and dive in. We ran into the water together. We spent quite a bit of time swimming in the crystal clean water. Later, we sat on the beach again with our hair still damp. The wind was soft. Isabel leaned her head on my shoulder. There was silence.
I feel safe with you. Not like a tourist, not like a dreamer, just me.
That's how I know this is real. Because with you, I'm not filming. I'm not performing. It's just me. Our hands touched. She lifted her head, looking into my eyes. The moment hung in the air. We kissed slowly, but certainly. It was a timeless moment. There's a kind of silence that isn't empty. It's full of what we're too scared to say. Isabel insisted we spend the night together. In the evening, she came to my hotel room. The city lights flickered outside the window. I unlocked the door. Isabel stepped inside slowly, glancing around, taking in the quiet, private space. You okay?
I don't want this night to end.
We walked closer and held each other. Then, another kiss, deeper this time. It wasn't about passion or escape. It was about trust, vulnerability, two people choosing to be seen. That night, under the same ceiling, we weren't a traveler and a fan. We were just two souls who collided in the right moment. Next morning, I woke up to the sunrise light filtering in. Isabel was still lying asleep, peaceful. I watched her quietly, then gently brushed the hair from her face. And in that stillness, I realized I didn't just want to capture beauty on camera. I wanted to protect it in my arms. After that night, everything felt lighter. Every moment with her felt like a soft melody. But love isn't always harmony. Sometimes, a single note out of place can shake everything. Isabel and I were walking hand in hand through a sunlit alley filled with murals and little cafes. Street musicians were playing Andean music, while Isabel was sipping from a coconut. I was filming snippets for my blog.
You always have that camera like it's your baby.
I guess it is, but today, I just want to film you. Isabel blushed. Just then, a Korean voice drifted through the air. I froze as if something unexpected happened. A few steps away, a Korean woman, early 30s, backpacker style, was bargaining with a vendor in fluent Spanish and Korean. 잠깐만요. 실례합니다. 혹시 한국 분이세요?
네, 우와. 여기서 한국분 만날 줄은 상상도 못했네요.
해외에서 우리나라 사람 만나니 정말 반갑네요. 혹시 잠깐 인터뷰 좀 해도 될까요? 유튜브에 올릴 건데.
아, 네. 좋아요. 저 유튜브 올라가면 유명해지는 건가요?
Isabel watched silent. I talked to that Korean woman. We exchanged jokes and laughed. I noticed that Isabel was a bit standoffish and confused. A few minutes later, the traveler waved and walked off. When I came back to her, her smile faded. She shifted uncomfortably.
Who was she?
Just a Korean traveler. Can you believe it? I didn't think I'd meet another Korean here. It felt like home for a second.
You were laughing, talking fast. I didn't understand anything.
Come on, it was just small talk. Travel stuff.
But you looked so happy, like you forgot I was here.
Isabel, no. I didn't forget. I just got excited.
You speak a language I can't follow. And when you smiled at her like that, it felt like I was outside your world again.
A long silence. I reached for her hand, but she pulled away slightly. You're not outside. You're the center of it. I didn't realize how it would look.
I don't want to be jealous, but I felt invisible, like a fan again, not your person.
You're not just my person. You're the only reason I'm still here. Isabel looked away, struggling to hold back emotion. I gently took her hand. In that moment, I understood. Love isn't just passion or moments we share. It's the care we show in the moments we don't understand each other. The thing about falling in love while traveling is that time becomes your enemy. You measure it not in months or years, but in sunsets left together.
You filmed a lot today.
Yeah, I need shots for the Quito transition vlog.
You're leaving already?
Not leaving, just planning. I have collaborations lined up in Quito next week.
You didn't say anything. I thought
Thought what?
that maybe we had more time, that this wasn't just a chapter in your video.
Isabel, it's not like that.
Isn't it? You show up, charm everyone, collect stories, and move on. Is that what I am to you? Just another shot on your camera?
No, you're not just footage. You're the reason I forgot to film half the time.
Then why didn't you tell me you were leaving?
Because I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't want to admit I didn't know how to stay. There was long and awkward silence. Children were playing nearby. The air was thick.
You said you were tired of leaving, but maybe you're just afraid of staying.
Maybe I am. Maybe I've built this whole life so I don't have to face things that root me. Like real love or real decisions.
And don't say things you don't mean. Don't make me dream if you're going to disappear.
What if I do want to stay? What if I'm just scared? I'm not good enough for someone like you?
Don't put that on me. I fought every day to be enough. For my family, for my future. I don't need a maybe in my life. I need someone who's sure.
Her words cut deeper than I expected. Because they were true. I wasn't sure. Not of my path, not of my feelings. Only of the ache growing in my chest.
Go to Quito. Chase your next story. Just don't look back.
She walked away, and I was sitting there alone as the sky darkened. Next day, I was in my hotel room, packing things slowly. Camera gear, passport, and everything. I took one last glance at the city skyline. I took out my phone. Isabel's contact was open, and I was drafting an unsent message. Some goodbyes aren't said aloud. They unfold in silence, in unspoken texts, in the weight of a packed bag.
Can we turn this off today?
What? You always love this song.
Not today.
There was a knock on the door. It was my local guide, Diego.
Ready for leave?
Yeah, almost.
You okay, amigo?
No, but I will be.
She meant something, huh?
More than I thought possible. I just didn't realize until too late.
Maybe it's not too late. Love stories don't follow flight schedules.
That's the problem. I've never known how to stay on one page. Late evening in the hotel room. I was holding my phone as he FaceTimed Isabel.
You didn't text all day. I thought something happened.
I've been thinking, Isa, about everything. About what comes next.
What do you mean?
My flight to Bogota leaves tomorrow afternoon. From there, I'm flying to LA for a collaboration shoot. Isabel blinked. Her expression froze. Lips parted slightly. Her breath shortened.
You're leaving Ecuador?
I was only supposed to be here for a week. I stayed because of you, but I can't keep drifting forever.
And you waited until now to tell me? After everything we shared?
I didn't know how to say it. I didn't want to hurt you.
But you did, Jinwoo. You did.
A long silence. I was staring at the screen. Isabel turned her face away, wiping a tear. You know what scares me most? That maybe this was just a beautiful detour. A chapter, not a story.
No, don't say that. Don't reduce us to a chapter. I gave you my heart. I gave you my world.
And I didn't ask for any of it, but I received it. And I treasured it. You changed me, Isabel.
And then, why leave?
Because I don't know how to stay. I don't have a place here. I don't speak the language. I don't know your world. And I'm scared. Scared that I'll end up hurting you worse by staying.
You think this doesn't hurt? Watching you pack your things on my screen while I cry like a fool?
I didn't plan for this, for you. But you're the only thing that's made this country feel like home.
Then don't go. Stay. Or at least take me with you.
Isabel, I don't even know where I'm going. How can I take you into that uncertainty?
Because I'd rather be lost with you than be safe without you.
A long silence. Isabel was crying. The screen flickered slightly as the call connection jittered. I don't deserve you.
Maybe not. But I chose you. And I thought you chose me.
I still do. I boarded the bus to Quito. I told myself I'd move on, but the empty seat beside me felt heavier than any backpack I'd ever carried.
Don't dream small. Not this time.
I didn't know what was waiting for me in Quito, but I knew what I left behind. And for the first time, I wasn't sure I could keep moving.
I can't keep pretending I'm not meant to fly.
You haven't come out for dinner.
I'm applying to a university in Seoul.
You're serious?
I've always been serious, Mama. I just didn't know if I had the right to leave.
Do you know I once got into a fashion school in Buenos Aires?
You never told me that.
I didn't go. Your abuela got sick. I stayed, took a job, met your father. Life happened. And it was beautiful, but part of me stayed in that letter of acceptance.
What if I fail?
Then fail boldly. At least you'll know.
Will you be okay without me?
I want you to go. Even if I miss you every day, I want you to fly farther than I ever could.
Isabel broke down, hugging her mother, then turned and with trembling fingers hit submit. She thought she'd have to choose between love and home, but she didn't realize real love waits. Real love understands. I stood in line at Quito International Airport, passport in hand. People around me were chatting, yawning, staring at their phones. But I just stood there. Every step forward felt heavier than the last. I kept glancing back, like maybe she'd appear, maybe I'd hear her call my name. But she didn't. The officer barely looked at me before stamping my passport. That sharp thump felt like the closing of a door I wasn't ready to walk through. The plane took off as the sun rose behind the Andes. The light was beautiful, cruelly beautiful. Somewhere over the clouds, I watched our photos together on my phone. Her smile, her laughter. It all felt too real to be in the past. 30 hours, 3 layovers, cold plane meals. And when we landed in Incheon, I wasn't sure what I was coming back to. The terminal smelled like coffee and jet fuel. I stood in line again, this time with Koreans, my people. But after everything, I felt like a stranger. Home wasn't where I was standing. Home was who I left behind. I was sitting in a cramped hotel room in Seoul, editing footage, but distracted. My vlogging gear sat untouched. On my desk, there was a postcard Isabel had given me. I flipped it over for the 10th time. They say the camera never lies, but in every video I uploaded, I cut out the parts where I looked for her in every street, in every stranger's voice.
So, Seoul, huh? Big city, bigger questions.
Yeah, still doesn't feel like home.
You're thinking about her?
Always. I just didn't think she'd ever leave Ecuador.
Maybe she's already left. People don't stay stuck forever, amigo.
Meanwhile, in Isabel's family home, she quietly zips up her small suitcase. Her guitar case leans against the door. Her younger brother comes in.
Are you going to become famous in Korea?
No, just happy.
I found this in your old sketchbook.
Some people leave a country. Others leave a version of themselves behind. Isabel is now at Quito International Airport. She's waiting at the gate. Her boarding pass reads from Quito via Amsterdam to Incheon. She clutches her guitar and the note.
Now boarding begins. Boarding Group B, please.
Seoul, here I come.
She said she needed time. I gave it to her. Weeks passed. Then one night, my phone lit up with a simple message.
I'm coming to Seoul.
I read it 5 times just to believe it was real. And today, I'm here, waiting. The airport was loud, but all I could hear was my own heartbeat. I had checked the arrival screen 4 times already. Her flight had landed any minute now. I stood by gate 4, sweating in my jacket, wondering if she'd still recognize me after all this time. I was staring at the crowd when I heard her voice, soft, unmistakable.
You really came.
I turned sharply. For a second, I thought I was dreaming. She stood there, just like that, as if the weeks, the distance, and the silence, none of it had ever existed, just Isabel. Backpack slung over her shoulder, her hair a little messy, eyes the same. Of course I did. I would have waited all day, all ear. She dropped her bag and ran into my arms. We held each other tightly. Neither said anything for a long moment, just breathing, hearts pounding.
I thought I'd break before I saw you again.
I never stopped thinking about you. Every day, I was afraid I'd made you wait too long.
You didn't. You were exactly where I needed you to be. I left everything behind. I came just for you. Only for you.
Every song I hear reminds me of you. Every rooftop looks empty without your voice. Now we can build something new. Together. We were inches apart. The noise of the terminal seemed to vanish. Only our hearts spoke. We hugged deeply. Not the kind of hug that ends with a goodbye, but the kind that says, "Welcome home." Sometimes we meet people in the unlikeliest places. Sometimes they change the direction of everything. I don't know what happens next, but I know this. I won't let go again. I've been to 20 countries, but the bravest journey I ever took was into a heart.